How's it going there, everybody? It's Mr. Zen over here, bringing you guys a brand new Juuni Taisen episode discussion. And for today's segment, guys, we're going to be talking about is episode 7 all the way till 10, folks. Definitely worth to actually watch, folks. If you guys are actually following the storyline from Juuni Taisen, we get to see that every single character themselves actually gets definitely a worth of appraisal every single time. Whenever a character gets eliminated from the story itself, I always think to myself, what kind of cliche actual act they're gonna actually give each of the character. But no, sometimes you kind of look at the characters like, these characters are actually interesting because they're giving them more and more meaning towards why they're gonna get eliminated. And it gets to me, it actually becomes very, very central in the part of the story, because all their values that they're all in there for are all very different. None of them have the very same opinion as to why they're in the Juuni Taisen. Some of them feel like they're very forced to be in the Juuni Taisen. Like, I feel like the rat itself, I feel like he's probably forced in this fight as well. More so because of the fact that he has that teenage actual aspect of his dreams and why he's actually in the fight itself. Like, just the way that he's kind of been hinted at when he had the conversation with Monkey back in the previous episodes. But needless to say, I am enjoying this actual anime, and the way that the snake and the actual dragon representatives, they were actually very, that storyline took 2 whole episodes, folks. It took 2 whole episodes to actually explain as to what their backstory was, and you saw that, wow, they gave the meaning of money a whole different view for a lot of the actual anime characters themselves, because you saw that there is no value in money itself. The way that they actually represent themselves, if I remember correctly, they were killing for money. If I remember, that's what their actual epithet was for the snake and dragon. And it was very interesting because when you look at these characters, no matter even if they're getting paid, they'll have fun either way. But at the end of the day, it's not worth it. Money doesn't run the way it was kind of set to be. Money makes no value, has no value whatsoever if it's going to give you happiness. No, because these 2 characters kind of proved it. They were doing everything just for fun. They were bored themselves. They would save a person, and then later on they would actually go and destroy a county or a little populace itself just for the sake of getting money and just actually having fun and having the grand adventure, just to say, oh, you know, life is a grand big scheme of just the money circulating all around. Because money for the humans themselves is much more important, as we all kind of see that the snake and dragon, they themselves are on a whole different level. So because they got superpowers, they're just using money more so is to manipulate the people around themselves, not necessarily them itself. Money for them is just seriously just another tool for them to actually manipulate humans themselves, which is very interesting because you guys saw that little boy that was actually blind. It was thanks to the money that he gained from the 2 characters, Snake and Dragon, in order for him to see, but only to see the real truth of the world, which I thought was very, very a huge slap to the face of the actual character. And my God, the characters themselves, definitely, that whole entire little mini arc was definitely interesting. Even though Snake and Dragon had their own quarrel and beast, but you could tell these 2 characters were close in terms of like that brother relationship that they actually had. I love that actual little scene. Now granted, we're gonna move on is actual Ox hasn't really been given a little backstory to itself. They showed it with his involvement with Tiger. As you can see, that Ox is trying to make the world a better place in the way he was kind of seen saving Tiger itself. But Tiger's backstory was finding the meaning of life. It's so hilarious finding that all these characters, the way they kind of represent themselves. You know, when you find with Sheep's actual way of life was after, you know, enjoying time with his family, but then he didn't want his family members to actually go in there, so he sacrificed himself for that. Now with Tiger itself, it's very different for finding the meaning of life, and that is because of the fact that, you know, they're out on the battlefield and they have to find the meaning of life. That's a very hard and cruel way to actually learn about the meaning of life in itself. And I found that the way that Tiger was actually representing it was seeing as more as a way that the battlefield is always a learning process. You know, it changes the person, and to me, the way that the house itself that actually neglected Tiger itself, it's kind of their fault that the way that Tiger actually she was abandoned by the house that actually sent her on the battlefield, which made no freaking sense because Tiger was the one trying to just find her own niche, and her niche was, you know, just getting drunk and having no feeling whatsoever. That's what she wanted, she didn't want to experience anymore. By having that no feelings made her actually feel better being on the battlefield, which then in turn actually destroyed the actual image of how the house wanted her to actually get. Which, by the way, it's very hilarious how she was actually able to go back and grovel for the Juuni Taisen, because probably they were themselves probably you could say the house where the tiger's actual at, you could say that was probably their best candidate. That's just it. But Tiger's actual involvement was more of a love story too, if you guys think about it, with Ox. You could tell it was a forced love story, but you could tell because Ox's character doesn't really, you could tell it's showing emotion. Tiger was the only one that was definitely kind of just playing the battlefield and seeing that like she fell in love with somebody out there. Somebody has to fall in love, right? There has to be a mutual relationship, or at least a one-sided relationship out there. But granted though, I would say that the last topic I do want to talk about is Bunny, folks. Bunny, throughout the whole entire time, has actually demolished the whole entire tournament. He demolished because of the fact that the way he was actually able to get so many friends, definitely all the courses that he's actually able to acquire, the way he was actually able to actually destroy the actual system itself by actually having them a part of him, he's basically systematically going down the list by eliminating all his opponents. Now, granted though, is Bunny still alive? Yes, I still think Bunny is still alive. Remember, guys, until they burn the corpse, then folks, Bunny will be eliminated. I just don't think Bunny is eliminated. I think it's Ox, Bunny, and the Rat. Those three are still right there. So I can't wait to see how it's gonna happen. I know Rat is the one that's gonna win. I've been seeing it on the comment section. I can tell, yeah, Rat. Who would have thought? Wow. But the way I want to see is how they're going to defeat Bunny. Bunny is still an obstacle in this game. Bunny has actually always been an obstacle, but the fact is that I want to see how they're going to take care of Bunny. He's probably going to be the last one that they would least expect. Since Ox and Rat, they're probably going to have their own show. That probably the next couple episodes. But like I said, very interesting. Can't wait to see more of what's to come. Juuni Taisen definitely is worth to watch, guys. I guarantee you guys will be bored from the beginning till the end. With the anime opening and the ending songs, they're also worth listening to. Like I said, Juuni Taisen definitely won me on this actual anime. Like I said, folks, let me know down in the comments below as to what you guys' thoughts on Juuni Taisen itself. Did you guys enjoy it? Did you guys find it a little bit boring, or did you guys find it still like a cliche in a sense? But like I said, let me know down in the comments. And as always, guys, if you guys enjoy my content, don't forget to give a like, comment, share, and subscribe for more Juuni Taisen episode discussions. And as always, guys, hope to see you guys again in the next video.